hello, you insouciant long pigs at his eyes. Obviously, won't coming at you for another Transformers transformation review thingy. Yes, this time we're taking a look at Haslab's Optimus Prime. Yes, I'm doing Optimus Prime in this video, then doing Ultra Magnus in the other one, and then doing a third where I merge them together, because otherwise I'd be here all day. So yeah, and there he is in his truck mode. Do you know what? I don't normally show the boxes off for these things, but let's have a look at the box, because the box is something special. You saw something there as well, because that's fucking huge. Whoa! The box is a fucking gorgeous Omega Prime, and you've got the big Omega Prime on the front there. There's fantastic artwork. You've got the glowing eyes like he does in the show, and the detail on that artwork is just gorgeous. And it says Transforms Omega Prime Haslabs, and on the side you've got Optimus Prime himself, which is very cool. You've got the glowing eyes as well, Transformers, and on the back you've got the product shots. You've got there's Omega Prime, it does this, that, and the other thing, which is very cool. And then on the side you've got Ultra Magnus, but we won't talk about that until we show Ultra Magnus. And on the top we've got the transformation artwork, which is very cool, and you've got the heads of each of them there as well. So yeah, that is pretty cool. So let's move the box out of the way for now. So, and there we go, and there is Optimus Prime. So what do you get in the set then? So you get Optimus Prime, you get Ultra Magnus, and there he is, and then you get Blue Bolts, you get Emissary. We'll look at Emissary now, and he's pretty cool. He's just a standard Titan Master, you know, and this is for the focus. Let's zoom this in a bit as well. So I'm having to do it at a different angle because I'm in a different location. So yeah, he's got a nice face sculpt there, some nice details, so red and black and a bit of silver there. And then to transform him to he's got his standard Titan Master, Titan Master, you know, articulations, arms will move, head will move, legs will move. And to transform him, and he becomes the head of Cerebros there, which is pretty cool. I don't have the Titan Master. I've got Titan Master Black Zarak, but not any Autobot ones. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So you get that as well. So zoom that out. So like I say, you get Ultra Magnus. You get two of these stands. So they're both the same, but you get two of them. Just like a bit of like industrial kind of thing going on there. You got these different attachment pots. We'll look into them when we get into the thing as well. As one of the stretch goals, you get a stand. Yeah, just move Ultra Magnus out of the way because we're not talking about him today. Yeah, so you get two of these stands. They're a bit plain, quite honestly. I mean, they're supposed to replicate the space bridge, but I think that I'd rather have had a stand like the Victory one you got with Star Saber. That would have been much better. You can separate them, so you can have the ramp off there. You also get two of these little clips. So these clip on the bottom here, like so. So you can, there we go, so you clip them in. And it connects to the other one, like so. He says. There we go. And then you can have him on the stand like that if you really wanted to. I mean, it looks alright, but I mean, you only get enough to display one. So you can have one in vehicle mode, one in robot mode, I suppose. And, you know, it does the job. I mean, it just does the thing. You also get two of these. These just connect to the stand. Basically what they do is, you've got a part in there, and then you've got a post there, and then you just fit them together like that. And then they will, so you can mount, I think it's Ultra Magnus actually for that one. So you take the stand, put that over there, and then you get the stand in there, and then it just slides in like so. And you got two ways of doing it as well, because they do different things. So, you know, it's a stand. I don't need to dwell on that too much. Oh, I mean, I suppose you could put these on here if you really wanted to, like that. Where's the other one? Like that. There could be like headlights or something, you know, if you really wanted to do that. You could. Pretty cool. So yeah, so that's the stands. So we don't need to talk about them too much. We'll just put them out of the way. And these as well. And then one of the other things you get is this fucking huge sword. It's fucking massive. I mean, I can't even get it into frame. There we are. It's fucking huge. It's fucking massive. because he used it in the show, and it, you know, this is for Omega Prime, really. I mean, I can even fucking dual wield this thing. It's fucking huge. But yeah, and it says in Cybertronian there, I think it says till all R1, which is pretty cool. And it's fucking huge, this sword. It's done in, like, you got this, like, purple, and then you got this silver and black going on there, and there's silver letters there, and then you got this real light staff. It kind of reminds me of something like our Power Rangers, kind of, honestly. That's not a bad thing. It's just like, you know, a very large and practical weapon. But, you know, it does the job. So you get that with it as well. So we're going to be talking about Optimus Prime today. And he is a very nice truck. A very nice fire truck. Based on a real truck. A real fire truck from 2001. And the name escapes me. I'll put it in here. Focus, thank you. I'll put it in here. But yeah, it's very good. It does the job. It rolls. You've got some nice details on there. You've got this really nice ratchet joint in the ladder there. We'll talk about the ladder. The ladder will extend. Just give me 1 second because I'm using one hand here. Let's just do this. It should extend. Why doesn't it extend? Yeah, I had to do it off camera, but the ladder extends. Yeah, forgive the mess. This used to be just a storage room when we are sorting it out. So yeah, and it extends quite far, which is pretty cool. So yeah, put that back together like that. You can lift the bucket down as well at the front, and you can put the Titan Master in there like that, and you can command that little module if you wanted to. It's pretty cool. You've got some really nice detail in there as well. Let's have a look. You've got all these extra pipes and stuff like that, which is really cool. You can also put it back to the front and pull these water cannons out, which are really cool. They're on ball joints, so you can wiggly waggly any which way you like. On the original toy, they do, you press a button and they flip out. These are... No, they're not. I was going to say they're not effects compatible. So we'll just put them away just for now. So there's another thing there. Oh, listen to that ratchet. You don't get them ratchet joints anymore. Listen. It's pretty cool. So yeah, it's pretty cool indeed. Yeah, so, too far. So you've got these rockets in here. Now in the original toy, and I will be comparing them because it's the original toy, isn't it? Lift it up, there we go. So in these on the original toy, you had a button back here. Was it back here? I can never remember. No, it was. Yes, it was on the back of the thing there. You press that, and these would all shoot forward. So you can... They don't shoot forward, but they do pull out. So you've got these missiles in his ladder there, which is pretty cool. Again, these would fire off, but they're not firing compatible. They're just put in there, so you can just take these out. Oh, a bit tight though. And you got these little missiles, which are pretty cool. Now these are Blues compatible. So what you can do is you can put a Blues in there. Sorry, Emgo, I'm stealing your shtick there. And then you can put that in like that, so it looks like it's been fired out, which is pretty cool. And on the next one, you could have... Oh, come on, get off there. You could have that one on. So you can have it... So that one's slightly further off, and then this one, you know, just taking off there, which is pretty cool. When I'm not destroying it, go on, stay back on there. So you got that kind of option, and you can place one on there, so you can have it as a gun if you really wanted to. So you can have that going on, which is pretty cool actually. I like that a lot. So yeah, you could do that with that, which is really cool. So we'll just put these all back together. I'll say it's a nice homage to the original, but it's not, you know, not the same. But yeah, I mean. I'll get back in there. There we are. And there he is. So there's the truck mode. So let's take a closer look at some of the details. We've got some nice... Yeah, so we'll just have a closer look. Got really nice blue windscreen in there with some seats moulded in on the inside, which is pretty cool. You've got C001. And you've got some nice... you've got the nice white lights there, and then you've got these sort of indicator lights there as well. And on this side, you've got whatever that says in Japanese. I will translate it and place it here. And you've got Cybertron underneath. Nice big Autobot. Well, not big, but nice Autobot symbol. And it's an actual Autobot symbol. I'll get into the comparison in a little bit. You got some nice details going on there. You got some nice wheels. One good thing about this one though is plastic wheels, and they do roll really nicely. Yeah, because the original one, the wheels, the rubber tires tend to perish. Yeah, and you've got the detail of the ladder there, which is pretty cool. You've got some nice pipe work going on. And on the back, you've got the number plate C0001. Got some nice lights moulded in as well. Again, you've got another Autobot symbol there, which is very nice. And on this side, you've got a chair. Now, what most people are doing is getting old Cerebros here, or Emissary, and sticking him in there. And he sits there quite nicely. And I think that's what I'll do. I'll leave him there. It's pretty cool. So, again, you've got some really nice things going on. Now, okay, you've got some details on the top. Now, these on the original are electronic. On this one, they're not, unfortunately. You've got some nice diamond plate going on the top there, as well as here and here and here. For some reason, I don't want to go in properly. Oh, there we go. I've not clicked it in properly. There we go. So, yeah, it's very nice. And then you've got obvious head syndrome and Super Robot Mode parts. But that's the same as the original. Speaking of, let's do some comparisons. I don't usually do comparisons, as you know, but in this case I'm going to. So that's the Haslab one, and this is the original one. And the original one has got a little bit extra stuff here and there, like for example electronics. This, like I said earlier, this is on a spring mounted and it does that. And then the missiles as well, there's a button at the back and they all fire forward, or they're supposed to. I think mine, because it's 20 years old, don't want to. Another feeling, there you go. And other than that, yeah, it's... But they're not too... Oh, one other thing about this one as well is this holds together a lot better than this one. And as you can see, yeah, the rubber tyres fucking perished on there. I believe there might be somebody doing reproductions. If there are, let me know and I will get some. Yeah, as you can see, you've got robot stuff going on in there. But yeah, this one, you pick it up, it's a lot more solid. Oh, we've killed Emissary. We'll move him out of the way. Yeah, this one feels a lot more solid when you pick it up. This one is a little... It is solid, but it doesn't feel as solid. I put those stickers on back in the day because I'm a fucking nerd. Yeah, you got this... Although, one thing I don't miss, though, is they've got this line that goes along in silver. It lines the headlights. Excuse me, which this one doesn't have. But I think this is more accurate to the cartoon. And again, this one you've got more... Yeah, that tends to happen as well. These are a bit more sort of green tint, but they might be fading because of age. And the Autobot symbol is a lot different on this one. There you go, you can see there. It's a lot different to that one, which is more of a standard issue Autobot symbol, which is not too bad. And then on the other side, you've got the same, you know, Japanese detail going on. It's in a slightly different position, and the windows are slightly different. But, you know, generally, it's pretty much the same. And I also have the Spy Changers one as well. So I've got 3 different versions of the same toy, essentially, which is what we collectors do best. There we are. Which is pretty cool. You know, it's nice to have all 3 different versions. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we'll just get these out of the way. So let's take him to robot mode, shall we? Let's. So here's where we're going to be here for a while longer. And my shoulder's starting to ache, so I best get through this as quickly as I can, because I'm not usually sat at this angle. I'm sort of, where my hands are, my head is right above the phone, and I'm reaching over, and it's because of the dining room floor. But anyway, so to transform him, what do? So basically, we just start disconnecting things, basically. So you lift up here, so you lift this up, come to here, and you lift these flaps up like that. Same for this side as well. You flip those up like that, and then you disconnect this section like that. That's it. And then we just put that over there, just for now. So this just frees everything up here. So then you just basically loosen everything up, and then that just comes off there like that. And same for this side, and then we move these out of the way. And we're left for this. So what do? to transform it. Very much like the original, but there are some changes. So what do you do first is you come to the front here, you lift these flaps up, and then you lift them out of the way. Move these down, lift them out of the way. And then you move these, and these just cover the tyres there, the wheels, like so. So for this side, just move it out of the way, round like that, boom. So we're into this position. Then you must remember to remove the gun, otherwise it will not transform and you probably break something. So we get the gun, let's move that over. Actually, we'll have a quick look at the gun real quick. It's your wheel gun that Optimus Prime has, and this one is done slightly better than the original. Where is the original gun? I don't know. It's not. Oh, it's underneath the thing. I'll do it when I get him into robot mode as well. So yeah, so it's pretty good. So we'll move that over there. So back to the cab section. So what do? Is we just basically separate everything like that, and then you rotate that round, and then you rotate. Oh, listen to those ratchet joints. Very nice. And then what you do then is, let me just adjust the camera a touch, because then you can see what I'm doing. See what I'm doing now. So there we go. So then now what we do is we separate, obviously what will become the legs, rotate them round like so. Come under here and you lift this white section up like that. Rotate what will become his foot round like that, and you pull out his little heels because he's a little top heavy. There we go, bit of stability. And this section will close around, and you've got this little clip, just like the original, you've got these little clips here will fit over the little panel that we made, like so. Same for this side. Lift that out, rotate these around, and then pull out his little heel there, like that. Straighten everything up, and then pull that round, and that locks everything into place. Pull him round at the front, pull this down, and around like that, and then you pull this bit round to the side like so. Same verse, second verse, same as the first. You put this little tab and slot into there, and then you pull that round, and he's got legs. Yes. So we'll just adjust the camera a little bit more. There we go. So then what we do next is we rotate this joint here. Yes, I did do the fix. I did take it apart and sanded it down a touch, and it seems to be fine. It's still a little tight, but I might have to redo it. But for the moment, it's working fine. No problems. So then we just disconnect there. Oh, sorry, I made a thing of there. Move these up to the top like that. Yeah. You move these up to the front. Rotate these sections down like that. And then these window sections will connect to the front. So you just pull his arms as far forward as they'll go, like so. Come to his arms, and you just, you can see what I'm doing. Disconnect. Hang on a minute. Well, what you do? Oh yeah, you've got to slide it down, I think, haven't you? Sorry, it's really warm and sweaty. My fingers are sweating. Everything's sweating. There we go. You slide this joint out like that. Same for this side. You slide it out like that. So this whole section comes out like that. And then you rotate that round. And very much like the original. But what you do next is you pull out. You actually slide this back up. And then you pull out his hand like that. Same for this side. You actually slide this back up, and then you pull out his hand and rotate it round thus, and these do fall off. So we'll have to zoom that out like so. So then you get these just keep popping off, so they'll just pop back on, no problem. Then what you do is you slide very carefully, very, very carefully. You slide his chest all back into position like that. Then you come to the back, you rotate this down, come round at the back and pull out his head. And there is Optimus Prime in his normal robot mode, and he looks fucking cool. I always like this version of Prime. And he's really cool. I really do like him. But I've always liked this toy. I always did back in the day when I got it. 2000. I think I picked mine up about 2004, 2005ish. Because I remember Toys R Us was selling it for like something ridiculous like 15 quid, and I'm having that, and I got Ultra Magnus as well. So yeah, so there's Optimus Prime in his normal robot mode, and he's got, let's take a look at that head sculpt, and that head sculpt is just absolutely amazing. It looks like Optimus Prime. He's got this big yellow chromy eyes. Somebody's pipping their own outside. You got this nice sort of trans metal kind of paint going on there. It sort of picks up the light really well. And you got these grey for his shoulder pauldrons, or whatever they're called. Shoulder pauldrons? No, ear spikes. Come on, Tony, use your words. Yeah, and it's on a real tight ball joint. That's why I'm really wrenching it forward and backwards. But it's pretty cool. It does the job, and it looks fucking cool, doesn't it? It really does. So yeah, so in terms of articulation then. In terms of articulation, I mean, he's got a great stance though. He does look really fucking cool in this mode. Yeah, it's just fucking cool. I really do like it, and I keep saying it, but it's really cool. So his head holds on a ball joint, so it'll rotate 360 degrees, move up and down slightly, and you've got some slight wiggly waggly there as well. You can rotate his arms at 360 degrees at the shoulders. They'll move in and out slightly as well, but that's more for transformation. But if you need that joint, you've got it. Move it up and down at the shoulder, rotate at the bicep. Actually, no rotation at the bicep. It's actually the elbow joint back into here. So you still got the same maneuver, but you're not moving that. You're moving the elbow joint there. Elbow joint up and down. You've got rotation at the waist, at the wrist. You've got waist articulation as well, but it's kind of hindered by a bit of the kibble there at the back. And he's got these chunky thighs, so you can, hang on, come on, oh, kick up, kick back, in and out movement as well. You can bend at the knee, you can rotate at the knee, and you can, oh, I didn't put his heel spare out for some reason, there we go. And you can rotate out as well, up and down, and slightly wiggly waggly, so you can get some good poses out of him. And he's covered in ports as well, so you could put one of these under his feet like that, so it looks like he's rocketing into the sky, which is pretty cool. Go and stay still. But we're not done. So let's move them out of the way. So you get his gun. We had a look at his gun earlier. So we can give him his gun. Like that. And you can pew pew, bang bang, all afternoon. And you can give him the baloosh as well. So you can bloosh, bloosh, bloosh. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But we're still not done. No, we're not. We've still got things to do, we can do with him. So we get this assembly. So basically what we do is we just disconnect this whole, no, that does come off, but not for this section we need. We disconnect this whole section here like that. And then we get this bit. We pull these apart like that. Then we rotate. Well, when it happens, it's a bit tight, this. Come on. So rotate these down. Rotate those in like that. So into this. Same for this section. You just rotate these out. Had to get a spudger there. And then you rotate that out like that and rotate those in. So now we've got shoulder rockets. And these just attach. You've got a little port there that'll fit on the top there. So you've got shoulder rockets. And ba-boom. And you can shoulder rocket you to death if you so chose. Oh, I forgot to mention, actually, before getting any further, you get some instruction sheets. The full colour instruction sheet and the big, massive ones, they all fold out. So I'll go into these a bit more detail and do the full transformation, but I forgot to mention them. So, and I'm sure somebody goes, what about the instructions? So you do get nice full colour instructions. I wish they did this more, but, you know, it is what it is. So there we go, there he is, in his rocket mode. Pretty cool. So we'll just take those off. Unfortunately, you've got these nice rockets there. Unfortunately, these don't open up or anything, so you can't put like blast effects in there. I mean, I suppose you could put one there, like that, you know. But it is what it is. So you've got something else you can do there. So, let's bring in the OG, and there he is. I mean, this one stands a little taller. Go on, get straightened up there. But basically, though, pretty fucking cool, actually. It's a nice comparison piece. There we are. It's very cool. I mean, yeah, you've got these... I've got to show you, actually, before I get into that. You've got these real nice windows in his chest there, which have got, like, Cybertronian parts in there, which is pretty cool. I do like that. So, yeah, yeah, this is more like that metalized chest plates there. The head is pretty much the same, just a little bigger. He just basically, you know, this guy 2.0, you know, and exactly what he's supposed to be. This guy 2.0. And unfortunately, it doesn't have any electronics in. This one goes. Yeah, he does that too. Which is a shame that this, for the money that you're paying for this guy, should have had electronics in it. You know? And that's the shame with Transformers now. They don't seem to do that, do they? No, they don't. Oh, and he's drunk. Come on, Optimus, you can go home now. So, we're still not done. We've still got a few more things we can do. So, we're just going to move him out of the way for now. And then bring in all of this lot. So, what happens next is, it becomes a little base, you see. Yeah, so we'll just adjust the camera. There we go. So it becomes a little base. So we just basically more or less transform it back into the vehicle mode. Like that. Like that. So these two parts go back together like that. Actually no, these come out again. So these come out, and then you rotate the wheels in like that. So we're into this position. Then you get this assembly, and then you place that on there. You get these four posts, and you got these four ports there, and then they just fit on, or they should fit on. There we go. There we go. Then we rotate this out like that. Then we get these sections here at the back. So we just separate these off like so. And then we get this, we open it out, and you can tell what's happening. And you rotate that down, rotate that in, rotate that out as well. And you've got guns, and then you've got these moving guns, which is pretty cool. And then they come into these ports at the side here like that. Same for this side. Just disconnect it off there like that. And then you get this bit, and then you rotate it out. Rotate it down. And then, which way am I going? That's it, like that. Rotate that out. Rotate that wow. I can't speak today. Done it the wrong way. Rotate that round. That bit goes down. That bit goes down. Close that up like that, and you get this position. Actually, that needs to go down like that. That's it. And then you get that plugs into there, and you get this section, and then that should. Hang on a minute. I need to refer. So you get these sections, and then they just, and that's it. They fit on there like that. I think I actually got these the wrong way around. I think that's right. That's it. Got them on the wrong side. In fact, that's the wrong one. I'm not doing well here today, am I? Yeah, you put that on there like that. That comes down. These rotate this way. These rotate this way. That's it. And then these become this side. That's why it didn't go in very well. There we go. That's it. And then same for this side. Rotate these round and around. And then this bit goes underneath there. You've got a peg and port there, and that just fits on wrong way, that way. And then that fits on there thus. And there we go. That's it. I mean, it's a novel way of using all the extra parts that are just lying around, which is really cool, because otherwise that's how things get lost. So then we rotate that up like that, and then these open up thus, and then that comes forward, and then these come out like that, and then you get the base mode, which is pretty cool. You get the nice big base mode. Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, in the show, you've seen him, he sits on it and recharges. Yeah, because in the show, he gets damaged and then he goes away. Ah, yeah, you can sit him on it there. Pretty cool. So you can sit him on it there. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. I mean, I won't show you this in the original version. It's pretty much the same thing, to be fair. And you got the thingy there, so that's pretty cool. At least, like I said, something you can do with the extra bits that are lying around, so that's not too bad. So we just take him out of the way. Now we are going to take him to super robot mode. So basically, we just need to disconnect everything from here, like so, like so, like so. So we just put everything out of the way just for now. So we come to the feet, we open these up like that, separate them up, come into here, and then you pull these out like that, and then you pull these out like that, and these become feeties. So the feeties are done. So we come in, bring him back into Optimus. We take his gun off like so. Ah, there we go. And then rotate him around like so, like so. So then what we do is we get the feet. Oh, that's gone back in again. So we basically put these heel spares in, and then what we're going to do is we're going to fit that little port there into that little peg there, and then you've got to just position it between these two protrusions there, so that just fits in. Come on, there we are. And then you position that on till it sort of clicks, and then you get this peg and port just like the original toy, and then you place it on like that. There we go. So we've got legs. So now this is the scary bit. So what you do now is I'm going to have to put this on something. 1 second. Right, so now what we do is we come to the back, we position these down, rotate that back, rotate his head in like that, close that back up. Then what we do is we get this whole section, the scary bit, and then we just be very careful and then just extend this out like so. Still no cracks, good, good, good. So then what we do now is we get this section at the back here, and that rotates in like that. And that stays up. That's it. So you get it right round like that. And that keeps it up into this position, because we need that for his robot mode. Which is nice, because that's one thing the original doesn't do. It doesn't lock into place. Once it's all connected, it just kind of sits there. So you just connect that up like that. So he's nice and tall. So we get one of these. We get a hand, and this is the right hand. So basically what you do is you just collapse that down like that. So this covers the whole hand. So we cover it like that, those two parts. Rotate that round, rotate that round, rotate that in. All clicks into place. And we've got a hand, which is very nice. Same for this side. And yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, you've got to get these two ports in there, and you've got to click this section, his chest section, into the front there. Yeah. Oh, except when it comes undone and then breaks a fucking part off it. You know, I could have sat there for ages being off camera and it wouldn't have done it. And as soon as the camera rolls again, yeah, it's a bit of a pain. And then you position him however you like, and then you rotate that round. Right, we're not done yet. It just doesn't. I don't know if it's just mine, but it just doesn't seem to want to play today. Right, okay, so we're nearly done. Position his head round. Right, so we're nearly done. Right, so then you get these shoulder pauldrons, and then they just fit on these pegs at the back there. So you lift these up like that, and then that just fits on. Although, I have noticed I have got a little stress mark just there. Ah, great. Be careful out there, people. I mean, I've only had this 24 hours. Yeah, it's not on this one. Yeah, this one goes on this side. And these come over like that. And then you position this, so this swings out the back like so. Everything's coming undone. That's it, that whole section comes around like that, and that sits on the side, just like the original toy. And there he is, boys and girls, in his robot mode. His super robot mode. And it looks fucking badass, I think you've heard. When it wants to work together. Bear with me 1 second. There he is, in his robot mode, and he looks fucking cool. I had a bit of a jiggery pokery going on there, but yeah, I had to take it apart and put it back together again, because these just didn't want to sit flush. I don't know why, but yeah, it's fine now. So yeah, he's pretty cool. I do like this thing a lot. And yeah, so you can give him his little friend again, wherever I put it. Yeah, so you can grab Cerebros there, and you can put him in his chair. He can stay there. Pretty cool. You can talk to Prime. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So in terms of articulation, his head is on a ball joint, so you can, actually I think it's a universal joint, but you've got up and down, left and right, you've got the 360 degrees exorcist twist. He can rotate his arms 360 degrees at the shoulder, but they're kind of hindered by these bits of kibble. You've got to be careful. He can, can't see what I'm fucking doing. He can rotate at the elbow, he can rotate at the top of the thigh. Basically same articulation as the normal robot mode. He can rotate his hand, his wrist. You've got articulation in the fingers there and in the thumb as well. These guns will move up and down and left and right. His waist will move as well, but I'm not going to do it because it'll collapse, no doubt. His legs, again, same as Optimus Prime. Oh, no, not that. Not come forward. Yeah, they're basically the same articulation as the normal robot mode. Yeah, so, but he looks pretty cool. You can store his gun as well. There's a little peg just there, so you can store his gun just like that. There we are. So you can store his gun back there, which is pretty cool. And he's really, no, I do like it. It's just a bit fiddly, but then again, the original one was, I can't even get it into frame. Let's see if I can get it all into frame. Yeah, he's pretty cool. So, let's do some comparison in. And there they both are in super robot mode, and they do look great. One thing I forgot to mention actually earlier on is you can lift this up. There's a little matrix in there. There we are, got it out in the end. It's just like a little green block, and it fits in the normal robot mode's back. It's just an extra thing, I guess. Looks like a medical kit, quite honestly. Anyway, that just fits back in there, like so. And it's probably never going to come out of there. And then this one you can lift up as well. Then it shows the same thing. Matrix in there too. Yeah. Yeah. Now, they are really cool. Now this thing does some things better than this one, and vice versa. For example, the way that the head and chest connects is better than it is here. However, the waist is better than this one, and he's got bigger legs and stuff like that, so it makes him look a bit more meaner, and more powerful. Yeah, but overall, I dig it. I think it's great, and I just can't get enough space back. There we are. Let's get them all into frame. There we are. Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool, quite honestly. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not hitting on it. I'm not just everything's all falling out now. I'm not knocking it or anything like that. It's not. It's just this one does some things better than this one, and vice versa. You know. Yeah. So I mean, you can give him his gun as well. We'll put his gun on his shoulder there. Yeah. So I dig it. I think it's a great thing. If you can get older one, I think you should. And if not, this one is just as good as well. And yeah. And we'll bring in the spar changer because we can. You know. Although he don't want to stand up very well. Come on, stand up. There we are. Yeah, it's nice to have all three though, I must admit. I do, and I do want the yellow one if I can ever find one. But yeah, I highly recommend it. I hope you've enjoyed me fudging this around a bit. I'm not going to put him on the stand because I don't feel it's necessary. I might do when I do the Ultra Magnus video. Show you one on the stand. But basically, it's a lot of effort for not a lot of outcome. Like I said, they're all just grey, slabs basically. Yeah, so they just fit on the stand. But I mean, if he stands fairly well, already he's got fairly wide feet, so I don't think he needs a stand, quite honestly. Although Omega Prime does, because it's a bit bigger. Anyway, before I get onto that, so if you like this review, please like, share and subscribe. And if you're new here, hit that notification bell as well. Tell me when I've got new videos out. Should be every Thursday and Saturday. Check out my socials, are in the description. And check out, and if you're in a position to help out the channel, please check out my Patreon. I've got some cool rewards over there as well. And thank you all for watching. And join us for part 2 for a bit of this.
Unleashing the power, tearing through the night. Transformers in my hands, ready for the fight. With every single figure, I gear up to transform. Soundwave SG-1, bringing thunder in the storm.